Hi guys, Andy here. I've done a few reviews of different wireless headsets, but I've only just got around to doing gaming wireless headsets. I recently did the HyperX Cloud Flight, and I realised that actually the big competitor at a very similar price range was the Steelseries Arctis 7. Now my mouse is Steelseries, I quite like this stuff generally, so I thought I'd give it a go. You can see here some of the benefits to it. Lossless wireless, it's Discord integrated, it's got game and voice chat separate volumes. So let's first of all take a look at the kind of packaging and such. It was actually quite hard for me to slide it out. Eventually we got there, and then you've got to slide it out again sideways, and finally you find the actual headset. Now it's quite a simple affair at this point. We've got the actual headphones obviously, and then when we look back inside the box we've got the sort of cables. I do like Steelseries, they tend to just make sure you've got all the cables you might want. This is the actual receiver, but it's got like a line in and a line out, which again I also quite like, because if you plugged in USB, the line out is handy. They use their own proprietary sound cable and then a micro USB for charging. I do like the extendable boom arm, very handy, because it's not always when you're gaming that you need to be chatting, and it's nice to be able to slide out of the way when you don't want it. Seems fairly well made. I like the band that goes over the top. It's a little bit fiddly to adjust. You kind of have to take it off, re-stick the Velcro, put it back on, see how it feels. So it's not as easy as your traditional kind of just extendable arms, but at the same time the band over the top of your head gives that extra bit of support. So normally it's just the ear cups holding onto the side of your head that keeps them in place, and I quite like that the band does this, gives you support. So here's the volume mixer between game and, well, in my case, Discord, which, yeah, is quite interesting, quite handy. The power button. On the other side, the micro USB charging point. We see over here the mute button that pops out when it's muted, as well as the red light on the actual microphone, the master volume, and then the two sound inputs. As I think I said already, they do feel well made. They feel quite sturdy. They don't sort of wobble about as you wouldn't want them to. The padding is generally nice and soft, although it's worth knowing that the speaker on the inside is firm. Something worth pointing out, and strangely as I do it now it seems fine, but there are times when I've got the headset and I move my head and I hear kind of almost like a squeak. I don't know, if you've got two sponges that are slightly shiny surface and rub them and they make a weird noise as they rub together, it can be a bit like that. I happen to have the SteelSeries Engine 3 software already installed because, as I mentioned, I have a SteelSeries mouse. So here we can see the Arctis 7. We can see I've not got much battery left. I'm in the last 25%, but we're going to go on in. It's a relatively simple affair here. We've got the surround sound turned on. We've got a sound profile set to game. We can say how big the room is we want for the stereo profile. We can have bass enhancement. We've got a graphic equalizer. We've got dynamic range compression, which basically tries to smooth out the volume level effectively. A bit further over, live mic preview, which I don't need at this point. Mic side tone basically works like a pass-through from the microphone in your headset, so if you need to speak to somebody or you need to hear what's going on outside of you, it passes it through. Mic volume, and then power off options. Blinking LED when the headset is off. That's on the controller unit, the connector unit that plugs into the PC. So fairly simple software, but at least there is you do have some control over things, and you can, if you wish, if I can actually close it, well, normally you can see the battery, there we go, the battery level. Performance wise, let's start with the sound quality. I think they sound really good. They've got a good bit of bass, the voices sound good. The overall sound quality is, I would say, very good. I don't think I can tell the difference between stereo and 7.1 surround sound though, which could be part of the big selling point for these headsets, and I don't think it makes a big difference to me. Maybe you can, I'm not sure. I'd love to hear your comments. Do let me know in the comments down below. Battery life, hard for me to quantify precisely. They claim to have 24 hours. They certainly seem to have lasted me quite a while. I don't think I've really charged them over the week that I've been using them. As well as the software, the 4 bars in the software, you do have the power button flashes kind of green, amber or red, depending how much juice you have left. If we move on to the mic though, whilst I love the boom arm, the actual quality is really quite bad. Let's give you a sort of a demo now. This is a sample of the microphone on the Arctis 7, and quite frankly, I think it's terrible. it's the only gaming headset, or the only time ever I've been in a game and people haven't been able to understand what I'm saying. Hopefully you can now, but it just seems very quiet, very muffled. I've looked through all my settings, everything seems to be okay. I don't have issues with other gaming headsets. Really quite a worry. So all in all, I really like the headset because they're nice and comfortable. I love the stretchy band design over the top. Even though they're slightly heavier than some headsets, they're 350 grams, you don't feel that because of the band over the top supports the cups on your head. The cups themselves are nice and big and large, plenty of space for my big old ears, so comfort levels are really good. The sound is good, maybe even great, so kind of no issues there. Everything sounds very good. It has got 7.1 surround sound, if you can tell the difference. I love the retractable boom arm. Quite often I'm playing, I don't need to be using voice, so you can just tuck that out of the way. But the microphone is, I mean, it's just such a concern that strangely, as I turned it round, and I definitely have it the right way around because it doesn't fit into the headset the other way, but as I turned it around, people said I sounded a bit better. So, I mean, I even wonder if I've got a faulty headset. Again, I'd love to hear your comments down below if you have any experience with it. This is the 2019 model, don't forget. I think they've got various different models, and I have heard samples of previous models, and they seemed okay. So, yeah, that for me is a bit of a deal breaker with the mic being so bad. Like I said, a lot of people just couldn't really understand what I was saying in voice chat, which is not really acceptable from a modern day gaming headset. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon. Well done, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you might want to click the little fellow that should hopefully appear about here to subscribe. You may also want to check out some of my other videos, which are going to appear somewhere there. Also, come and have a look at my website, androidandy.uk. There is also a forum. Come and say hello on the forum if you've got any questions about things, or request me to review things, or anything else. Just come and have a chat on the forum.